One of the biggest challenges for me when I first started my t-shirt business was figuring out where to actually purchase all of my supplies, where to purchase equipment, and where I could get the best bang for my buck. Now, I originally started purchasing everything off of Amazon, which I'm pretty sure a lot of people typically do because, let's face it, Amazon is the most popular marketplace ever. But for certain things like, let's say, supplies, it can be pretty expensive, especially when it comes to things like heat transfer vinyl and certain consumables. Now, if you go to Google and you type in heat transfer accessories or heat transfer equipment, vinyl, whatever it may be, you're going to get a ton of different listings, and a lot of the times you don't know which ones are legit and which ones are actually pretty good or which ones have good customer service. So as we can see here, the first link that comes up is actually none other than Amazon. Now, which one of these are reputable? Which ones should you go with? Which companies sell the best heat transfer accessories, the best heat transfer equipment, who has the best prices, and who has the best customer service? Well, I'm here to tell you that there are tons of different ones, and really they're all going to vary when it comes to whether it be prices or quality or types of material that are offered. So that's why in this video, I'm going to be covering my 5 favorite suppliers for heat transfer accessories and equipment. Now, all the links to the websites will be down in the description below. And just so everyone knows, those are affiliate links. So if you click on them and make a purchase, I'll get a small commission. But don't just go ahead and expand the description and click on one of the links and then just figure out the top 5 through there. Actually watch the entire video because I'm actually going to go through the websites and I'm going to give you my thoughts on each website. Some are going to be good, some are going to be not so good. But at the end of the day, I do recommend all 5 of these websites. I've used all of them. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and start the countdown. Now, the first supplier on this list is one of my favorites, and that's going to be Heat Transfer Warehouse. Now, Heat Transfer Warehouse is absolutely amazing because, for one, they have fantastic prices. They have a wide range of products and equipment, and best of all, they have some awesome customer service. So if you ever have any questions or if you have an issue with your order, you can simply reach out to them and they'll help you out with anything you need. Now, one thing I love about Heat Transfer Warehouse is the fact that they actually have a rewards program. Now, with this rewards program, you gain 1 point per dollar spent, and you also have a bunch of extra ways to be able to earn a bunch of extra points. Now, there's also a few different tiers. Now, of course, points translate into dollars, so these are the different ways that you can redeem your points. Now, every 343 points equals $10. Why it's 343, I have no idea. That is such a random number, but whatever, it is what it is. But aside from that, they also have their own brand of items as well, such as the wallet cut HTV, which is great because you get high quality heat transfer vinyl at some pretty good prices. Next up, we have another company that is pretty similar to Heat Transfer Warehouse, and that's going to be Heatpress Nation. Now, with Heatpress Nation, I did purchase my heat press from here. I have the Heatpress Nation Signature Series 16x20 with the slide out drawer and auto open, and let me tell you that it is a fantastic heat press. I absolutely love it, and it has been a total workhorse. I've had it now for about 3 or 4 years, and it's still going strong. Heatpress Nation does offer a variety of items ranging from different accessories to equipment. Up next, we have one for the more budget-friendly consumer, and that is HTVRont. Now, HTVRont is primarily a Chinese company. I can't guarantee for sure, but I'm pretty sure their headquarters is in China. Aside from the US, they also do ship to a few different countries like the UK, Australia, and Canada. But whenever you reach out to them, I'm pretty sure you're reaching out to someone in China. So just keep that in mind if you don't get an answer right away whenever you reach out to customer service. Now, speaking of customer service, I have heard mixed reviews about it, unfortunately. I will say that I have heard a lot of people reach out to HTVRont regarding some issues with their heat press, and unfortunately they either don't hear back or they're pretty much just told that that's how it is, that's how the press is, and that's pretty much it, case closed. So keep that in mind just in case customer service is a huge factor for you. Me personally, I've had this press for about a year now, and it's still going strong. It still works very well. Now, even though their customer service could be mediocre, the reason they're on this list is because they actually have some really good prices. Since they are a Chinese supplier selling their own brand items, you can get them at some pretty good prices. Like check this out. You have a roll of heat transfer vinyl, 12 inches by 5 feet. Compare that to something like Caesar EasyWeed, 12 inches. A 5-foot roll runs $12.99. So as you can see, there's a huge price difference. You can save a lot of money going with HTVRont. Now, of course, the quality is not going to be the same. So the quality that you get from Caesar EasyWeed, the feel, the texture, it's not going to be the same that you get for the HTVRont brand. But that's not to say that it's not worth it or that it's bad at all. It's actually really good quality HTV. It lasts a long time, but it's really up to you. It's up to you if you like the quality, if you like the feel, because even though it is similar, it's not the same. On our 4th spot, we have a Sublimation specialty store, and that is Innosub USA. Now, Innosub USA has some absolutely fantastic prices. Their pricing is super cheap. So they're supposed to be located in California, but I believe this could also potentially be another Chinese supplier with just having a warehouse here in the US. They have really good prices. They have some pretty unique products, and they actually have really good customer service. They have Sublimation phone cases, Sublimation iWatch bands, aprons, bottle openers. Like, look at this one. This is a Sublimation alarm clock. This is actually pretty interesting. This is actually pretty cool. This is unique. I haven't seen this in almost any other store. Clocks, they have Sublimation clocks. Those are really cool. And the cool thing is you don't have to buy a bunch of them. You can buy just one if you need. So if you want to just try one AirPods case, you can go ahead and do that. They practically have wholesale prices without a minimum order. Now, last but certainly not least, in this countdown, we have Johnson's Plastic Plus, or JPP. Now here you can find a little bit of absolutely everything. Here they actually have a wider array of items and a wider array of niches. So as you can see here, they actually have engraving materials, they have frames, they have stuff for sublimation, heat transfer, UV printing, vinyl cutting. Now the vinyl cutters that they actually have here aren't your starter Cameo and Cricut. Here you can find one of the cutters that I've actually been wanting for quite some time, and that is the Roland BN20. I've always wanted this print to cut machine, and to be completely honest with you, I regret getting the DTG machine behind me. I should have gone with this cutter. And that's actually why I make these videos, including this one right now, because I lived and I learned through a lot of mistakes and I wasted a lot of money. And I'm just trying to get all of these tips and tricks to you so that way you don't waste all that money or that time. So if you're enjoying the video so far and you're finding it helpful or informative, then make sure you subscribe. But aside from that, they also have the Romeo and Juliet cutters from Caesar, which I've also been having an eye on. They look really cool. The Caesar Romeo is actually the one that caught my eye because it's 24 inches. But yeah, aside from that, when it comes to, let's say, heat presses, they also have a wide array of heat presses here, and some pretty unique ones like this one right here. They have a SubliPro countertop oven. It's $6,000. That's crazy. What is up with this? Okay, so it looks like it just has different layers where you can just put multiple, let's say, mugs. It requires 8 weeks for manufacturing lead time. So this has to be made for you whenever you place your order. Wow. Oh, this thing's huge. Okay, yeah, it's a pretty big oven, I will say that. But that's beside the point. I'm just going to stick to my Oster oven. Like, forget about that. I just have a convection oven. I think that was like less than $100 or $150 and I'm good. Another thing I found really cool that they offer is some large format heat presses or some pretty industrial sized heat presses. Like this one right here is a large format heat press. It presses 44 by 64 inches. That's pretty huge. And this runs for a whopping $33,000. But don't let those really high prices scare you because they also sell smaller items. So these are the sublimation blanks they offer. They have things like hand towels, sublimation hardboards, notebooks, Apple Watch bands, tumblers, bags. They have a huge variety of items. So I'm pretty sure whatever you're looking for, you can find at JPPlus as well. And those were my 5 favorite heat transfer suppliers. Again, all of the links to these websites will be down in the description below. Huge thank you to everyone for watching, especially if you made it all the way to the end. It truly means a lot. If you did watch it all the way here, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you leave a like. My name is Mario with Neko Prince, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.